Hey, what's up, guys? It's Farmer Jack. Welcome back to the studio. And today I'm here to talk to you about the war on gardening. So I started my business here in South Florida, Urban Abundance. That's it right here. Just fresh out this job site. And I wanted to bring to you guys this message because I believe that we are not advocating for those who want to grow food on the land here in South Florida properly. I think it's important we talk about it more. So that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. And let me tell you why it kind of got brought up for me. So the other day I was going to a consultation. There was this lady who wanted a garden. She reached out. She was referred to us by her friend. We take care of her garden right here in Jupiter, and she was thrilled. She was super excited to grow food, at least what it seemed to me. She's like, oh yeah, I want to do fruit trees, I want to do a garden, I want to do vegetables. Cool. So I'll meet you and we'll take a look at the space. So I head over there. She's in this newer development. It's called Sonoma Isles. I'll say it. It's one of these newer developments, and this is one of these places that was like a swamp, like a forest a couple years ago, and now it's like grass and homes and concrete and golf carts, and it's a different world, and they literally transform it overnight. I don't know if you guys know, these Florida developments, I think in 40 days they could build a home from scratch, from pouring the slab to all right, turn the lights on, like, which is pretty amazing. They got it down pretty good, but it's literally transformed the space. And people from up north, and for many, many, many decades, people from up north and people who made it, they get excited. They love that. They love the streets of palm trees. And I go to these developments all the time, and it's great. And we work in garden beds where we can, into the landscape or in a sunny spot in the yard. And the client grows food, and it's great. And they get their dream garden. So anyways, in this case, I go over there. We get excited about her garden. We pick a spot she wants to do it, and I send her the details. I send her the quote. She's like, great, let's do it. That sounds great. But then the next day I get a message, and it says, hey, our HOA said we cannot grow any vegetables or fruits, period. Dude, I'm sorry, but we'll reach out if we could make something work. Now, maybe she didn't want to pay for the garden and she had other plans, or the husband botched it, but the HOA said they couldn't grow vegetables or fruits, nothing. And I'm just like thinking in my brain, because I've gotten this before, but it's gotten to the point where I'm like, this place literally didn't exist. It was like the Everglades a year ago. And then now someone's like staking their claim on the land and saying, we do not grow any produce on this land anymore. We only ship it in. It's like weird, you know? And anyways, my whole thing, it's like, I get it, like, to each his own. But at the same time, this is getting kooky, man. I don't want the entire outskirts of, anyways, Palm Beach to be these weird communities that don't value growing food. It's strange. And then people in like these communities go to the farmer's market and like get all excited about the organic. It's just backwards. So my point is, we need to advocate for people who want to grow food here in South Florida. But today I really wanted to just get to the juice of what really like energizes me in the work that we do. From the beginning, when like the inception of like, hey, I gotta start growing food on the land. Like, this is important. Like, that's where it comes from. Like, this is important, and I'm gonna figure this out, how to have this in my life. And for people to say, hey, this is not acceptable in our community's life, it's not okay. For many years, I got all up in arms about like the empire and the government and whatever, and billionaires and this and that. But check it out. I got to a point where I said, okay, if you make it a battle and fight these people in the media, it becomes a battle. It's the way of the Tao. It's like, okay, if we wanted to be a peacetime and become acceptance and forgiveness time, look at that. It's no longer a battle. So I've chosen that for a long, long time. Like, turning the other cheek, I guess is another way to say it. If this is making sense to y'all, like letting the communities build whatever they want, do whatever they want. But it gets to a point where it's like, this is absurd. Like, we need to allow residents to grow fresh herbs and vegetables on their land. Like, it's kind of insane that I even mention it like this, but I feel like if we do not speak it, if it isn't spoken into the universe, it will be forgotten. And that's what I'm here to do today, to advocate for all of my members, all of our members at Urban Abundance who have gardens, who grow food on their land today in 2024, advocating for them and their right to do that for them and their kids. So anyways, I talked about the problem a lot in this video, and I want to put up a solution right now. In 2020, before COVID hit, in January, that month of January, I planted a fruit tree every single day for the month of January, and that was my goal, and I did it. And I remember it was wild. It was a lot of fun. It was like exhilarating, honestly, just being in like a Publix parking lot, wheelbarrow, and like planting a tree. And it was 30 trees, and the beauty of it, guys, was I did it with no expectation. Just like, this is for everybody, you know? And I didn't even have a lot, of resources or anything going on. I was in an apartment at the time, but I would find all these fruit trees. I'd plant them in the ground all over town. And that was a real solution. So I've been thinking a lot about it, and I want to bring that back. And maybe not do 30 trees, or maybe, I don't know yet, but I'm going to put aside 10 trees from the nursery, and I'm going to plant them without expectation for the community, because I'm committed to this vision of the future. Do you guys feel it? The abundance dripping off the trees, but it starts today. So I'm going to put down 10 trees. And I learned my lesson from doing this in the past. I did run into some issues planting trees where I wasn't supposed to be planting trees. So I'm going to be a little bit more strategic this time about locations, and maybe pick some members like out of our community that want to host a tree. But they're going to find homes. You better believe they're going to find homes, those fruit trees. So we're just blessing the community with these fruit trees. And I know that's a solution that matters, like that means something. I hope you support me in doing this. Once it starts raining, I'm gonna start planting trees. And I hope you join me in this as well. We're planting them in places where we know the weed whacker and mower guys aren't gonna just shred them, because that has happened in the past. Plant trees in the ground, y'all. And if you need any support, you need any help, just reach out to your brother Jack. And yeah, guys, much love. Appreciate each and every one of you out there.